Hammer recently launched a new product, which is the True Wireless Stereo earphones, and what makes this product really interesting is that it has a touchscreen on the front of the case. This screen can be used to control the media playing on your phone and also has some additional features embedded in it. I've been using this for about 3 to 5 days now, and I thought I should really review it and provide my opinions on this and let you guys decide whether this is something really interesting or just a gimmick. My name is Sahish Kavas and welcome to the 8-Bit Goan. So the earphones are available on Hammer's website for $3,199. Currently, there's only one color available, which is white. The case itself is having a pretty small form factor. It fits in your pocket pretty easily. It doesn't have a glossy finish like the AirPods, rather has a brushed finish like the Samsung Buds. On the front, we have this touchscreen itself with the Hammer branding. You can switch on and switch off this screen by pressing the button at the back. At the bottom, we actually have the Type-C charging, and please note that this does not support any kind of fast charging or wireless charging, and it's recommended to use only a 3.5 to 5 volts charger for not more than 2 hours. So the button at the back is also very well crafted, which means that there will be less accidental presses. And it also has a magnetic mechanism to open the case where you can see your earphones itself. We'll get to that in a moment. So when you press the button at the back, the screen lights up, and as you can see, there is a wallpaper here with a time display. This wallpaper can be changed. We have very limited options, but it can be changed. I'll swipe to the right and you can see that we have a volume control. At the top, we also have the battery percentage of the left, right, and the case itself. Next, we have the noise reduction. We'll come to this in a moment, but right now I'll just give you a glimpse of what we have. You can enable ANC, which is active noise cancellation. You can also enable the transparency mode, which is like an ambient mode, or you can switch this off. If you have ANC enabled, your battery is going to die sooner, and we'll cover this in a moment. Next, we have the equalizer, and basically these are presets which have been provided, so you can cycle through them: normal, rock, pop, classic, and jazz. Next, we have a setup, which is basically like a timer. So you can go ahead and set up a timer for 5, 10, 30, or 60 minutes. And after the time runs out, it's just going to ring. So probably you just want to keep a timer on the headphones itself. So, you can do that. Next, we have the light level. Then we have the language switch, or rather basically you can customize this, but right now it's just stuck on English for some reason. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. Next is a screen lock. Like I said, we have a couple of options here, so I'm not going to change mine, but this is what we have. Next, we have the Find My Earphone feature, which is also very good. So basically, if you don't know where your headphones are, you can just click on the left or the right, and it's just going to start beeping. So that is great. Next is the setup, which allows you to change your date and time. And the next is basically like a screen control. So basically, if you have some kind of media playing, you can actually click on this heart and you can actually control a little bit of your screen. And next, we have the camera control. So if you have the camera on, you can click this button and actually take a picture, which is great, like a remote. And last, we have the flashlight option. So I'm not sure when this is going to be useful, but if you just click on open, it just lights up the screen, and it's supposed to be used as a flashlight. So if you want to use that, then you can go ahead and use that. Now, the sound quality of these earphones is also pretty good. It has a 13mm driver, and also the box claims that it has a very deep bass. So if you're someone who likes listening to music which has deep bass and you like that bass feel, then you're going to enjoy these headphones. Now, in the equalizer setting, the normal mode is something which I have used all this time, and I found this to be pretty good. It is bass heavy, but it also is enjoyable. It's not jarring, and it does have a pretty deep bass. As you go ahead, like rock, it sounds a little more flatter, and pop is, the mids are a little higher, but it still sounds flatter. And classic and jazz is pretty much flat. So if you're listening to music and you just want to enjoy the music, you might want to keep it to normal so you can hear the bass and get that punch. And if you're listening to some kind of audio book or podcast or interview and you want to listen to what the people are saying, you might want to keep a flatter profile like jazz or classic. In terms of noise reduction, it's doing a pretty decent job. I tried using this in like a cafe which had the music playing in the background, and the ANC worked fine. I also went to a park and tried to listen to music where people are talking, and it was cutting out the music pretty well. But the trance mode in this, or transparency mode in this, is something which I don't think I would use. But in terms of noise reduction, it's pretty effective. Now the earphones have a oval tip, and this means that it fits in your ear very snug. No matter how much you run or roll or walk, it's not going to just fall off easily, which is great. It also has a touch sensor on the sides for both the left and the right, which can be used to interact with the device which you have connected your headphones to. I'll take a snippet of what options are there in terms of control, and you can pause and you can see that. Now, the thing which disappointed me is that once you have the earphones connected to your phone and you get a call or you get a message, it doesn't display on the screen. The call displays as income call, which is kind of hilarious. At least if it could give me the name of the person calling or the phone number itself, it would have been helpful. In terms of messages or WhatsApp messages, it just doesn't show. Recent watches, smartwatches, which are budget watches, which are costing like 1,000, 2,000, at least have that feature where they can display the call which is coming, or even the messages which are coming from your SMS or WhatsApp, or even notification, but that doesn't show on this device, which is kind of a letdown because the screen is pretty good, it's pretty usable, and it's pretty readable. So something like a message notification or general notification itself would have been really helpful. In terms of battery and charging, the case itself has a 300 milliamp battery, and each of these headphones have a 30 milliamp battery. Like I mentioned previously, this does not support fast charging or wireless charging, and you need to ensure that you connect a normal charger from 3.5 volts to 5 volts, not a fast charger. And it took me about 55 minutes to charge this entire case without the earphones, from 0 to 100. And once I placed in the earphones without the charging and in the charging case, it took about 70 minutes to charge the earphones from 0 to 100. And the charge percentage of the case was about, I think, 65 to 50. So in terms of battery life, or in terms of the duration of the battery, I tried playing music for about 3 hours at a stretch with ANC on, and the charge was about, from 100 it dropped down to 45. If you don't use noise cancellation, it's going to be even more. So my final thoughts on these earphones is that it's a pretty decent buy, especially if you're someone who likes things which are trending and wants to have something which can catch other people's attention. This is definitely something which will turn some heads. Also, in terms of audio quality, it does a pretty decent job. I'm not an audiophile, or I don't have those nuances to gauge how good or bad the audio is sounding. For me, it sounded very good and I was happy with it. The active noise cancellation works as it is supposed to work. You can control certain aspects of your phone. You can change your volume, you can reduce the volume, increase the volume, change the songs directly from your case without touching that small sensor on your ear, which is great. The only drawback I feel is that if it could allow me to at least show me who's calling or who's messaging or the notification, that would make it more rounded and it would be more complete, in my opinion. Also, it's available only in white color, which can be a letdown for some people because white gets dirty easily. And also at the back, it's already got some scratches. I've used this for about 3 to 5 days only, and it's already got scratches. So that is something which is kind of a letdown, especially when I compare this to something like a Samsung Buds, which I've been using for about 2 to 3 years. The material used on the Samsung Buds is much superior, but again, Samsung Buds are much more expensive than this. So with that, we've come to the end of this video. If you guys have any questions regarding this product, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to assist you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.